Alright, so we've got some casting news today. Well, actually, all from last night. I was just too fucking exhausted to really do anything about it. So I'm going to talk about all the Marvel casting news, as well as some of the revelations we've had about Spider-Man and some of the other Marvel movies. I'm going to start off with Spider-Man Homecoming, because they've officially announced that Michael Keaton will be the Vulture. Yes, that was the thing that was rumored. I gotta say I'm excited to see the Vulture finally make his debut. They said they were going to use a Spider-Man villain that hadn't been used yet, and the big thing was a lot of people were thinking maybe Mysterio or Vulture. Those are the two biggest right there for this role, was seeing the Vulture. Now, there has been concept art released of the Vulture costume, and there was apparently some footage leaked. I didn't get to see it, so I can't really comment on it. But I'll tell you what I saw from the concept art. Looks very Stark tech. So my friend Jason kind of suggested maybe he stole Stark tech and used it as his own. I'm kind of I'm hoping he built his own armor. I'm really hoping, because that was the thing. Adrian Toomes is a very intelligent character. You know, he's old, but he's smart, and that's why he built the suit. You know. I kind of wish we went with the black. I wish it was more black and like the black and red costume, and more like the traditional 616. But beggars can't be choosers. It's not a bad costume. I was kind of hoping for something a little more traditional, if you know what I mean. That's what I was really hoping. I don't mind the helmet because obviously you're gonna need. You know, if you're going that high into the sky, the air pressure is going to kill you. So the helmet I wouldn't mind. The talons are cool. I just kind of wish, again, we had more of a traditional, more traditional costume, especially since this is a more comic booky universe, you know? There's also been rumors that also the Shocker and the Tinkerer will also make an appearance in this film. I'm cool with that, you know, having but again, you know, it leads to the whole, oh god, multiple villains, here we go. But here's the thing. Spider-Man, you know, the best way to describe Spider-Man is, oh no, how do I defeat Doc Ock? It's more like, oh no, how do I defeat Doc Ock and get in time to help Aunt May with it while she's having a heart attack? That's the best kind of Spider-Man, is that, really, while some of his villains like Ock and Green Goblin and other villains are, you know, these dangerous, very, you know, they've never only till recently, they've been on, you know, major Marvel villains, but really, they've usually just been more nuisances to Spider-Man because they usually impede his daily life. That's kind of the thing, is that they're much, you know, originally the Spider-Man villains are a lot like the Rogues Gallery from The Flash. Just a bunch of crooks who have crooks who have superpowers, and they're just there to annoy Spider-Man while he's just trying to get home or get to a date on time or get to school on time or something of that degree. Also, apparently it's been announced that Liz Allen will be in the movie. Okay. Alright. That's cool. But yeah, going back to what I said earlier, what I said about Shocker and Tinkerer, you know, again, having multiple villains, I'm wondering how that's going to go. What's probably going to happen is that we're probably going to see the ultimate version of Shocker in here, and Tinkerer will probably help Adrian build his costume. Again, assuming these rumors are true. But what I'm guessing is probably going to be the point is that Spider-Man you're going to see Peter fight Shocker at the beginning of the film with his costume, or probably more like the ultimate version of Shocker. And in that one, you're going to see him fight and defeat him, and just be like, another day in the life of the Amazing Spider-Man. That's what it's going to be like, just another day in the life, probably better than the Amazing Spider-Man intro. And while at the meantime, Tinkerer, if he's in this film, Tinkerer is helping Adrian Toomes build his armor. Anyway. So there you go. All in all, I'm, you know, the Vulture's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, so I'm really excited to see him finally make his debut into the films, you know. Moving on. And let's talk about the next big news, that Brie Larson has been officially cast as Captain Marvel. That's right. Brie Larson, who, the name sounds familiar, and I've seen her in a few films, I just can't remember where exactly I've seen her in. But Brie Larson will be officially Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel, and I'm really excited. I think she's got the look for Carol. I know a lot of people wanted Katie Sackhoff, but unfortunately we didn't get that. So, but you know, Marvel's never let us down in terms of casting. So I'm totally fine. If Marvel can trust Brie Larson with this character, then I'm pretty sure we can all trust her as well. She's also, Brie Larson's in the new Kong movie, so we'll get to see what she, I'll get to understand that, how good of an actress she is from that movie. Although I'm pretty sure she's in a few movies this year as well, before the year's out, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. It's going to be cool to see Carol finally get her movie debut, and yeah. What else did I want to say about this film? There's nothing really else other than I'm really excited about that. Moving right along to Kurt Russell, who was announced to be Star-Lord's father. But here's something a little different, guys. Here's something a little different about... here's something a little different about... you all thought he was going to play Jason of Spartrax, right? Nope! He's still Peter Quill's dad, but here's the difference. He's playing Ego, the living planet. Let that sink in. Star-Lord's dad is now Ego, the living planet. I can't wait for that retcon in the comics. But the big thing is, how did he and his mom, Ego and Pete's mom, that lady must have taken some serious yoga classes. That is all I'm saying. Oh, man, oh, man. But no, in all seriousness, apparently how they're going to be playing this is that he will have a human form, and I guess that'll be like his starting form, and then he'll slowly become a living planet. The Ego we all know. So, okay, sure. I don't know, because apparently what had happened was, I guess Fox owns the rights to Jason, to Peter Quill's family or something of that degree. That's the rumor I heard, but I'm hearing conflicting things about why they couldn't use Jason of Spartrax right out the gate. Apparently, it's like either Fox has it or James Gunn wanted to try something different. I don't know. I don't really know the exact confirmation of why they just didn't do Jason and that was it. But no, Ego's Peter Quill's dad. Okay. And then we move on to the final list of casting news of official... Now, this one I wanted to save for last because this one didn't sound very official. It was only from... I only read one news article, so I don't know if this is real or not. I really don't know if this is real or not. But apparently, Michael B. Jordan, who is going to be part of Black Panther, has been announced to play the villain, Eric Killmonger. Now, if you don't know who Eric Killmonger is, he's quintessentially Black Panther's arch nemesis. He is Black Panther's greatest opponent. I thought he was going to play White Wolf, who is kind of he's the brother to T'Challa who went rogue. He was the head of the Wakandan secret police. He went a little nuts and became White Wolf to parody the Black Panther totem. But no, Eric Killmonger's a really cool character. I was surprised they're going to go with the arch-villain right out the gate. Again, assuming that this is true, because again, I only saw one article, and I haven't seen it from anywhere else, so I don't, if anyone else knows that's absolutely true, then please let me know in the comments. But yeah, if that is true, Eric Killmonger, awesome. But I was kind of hoping they'd save him for a bigger movie rather than... I was kind of hoping they'd go with like Manape or something, Manape or Claw. Claw and Manape for the most part. That's what I was kind of thinking they would do. But no, they're going to go out right out the gate with Eric Killmonger, a villain who matches T'Challa in hand-to-hand combat and intelligence. So... but all in all, that is still... I still think it's pretty cool of seeing also Michael B. Jordan actually, hopefully, be in a good superhero movie. I don't blame him for Failtastic 4, but yeah, hopefully, hopefully this can get that Creed washed that horrible Failtastic 4 movie out of our mouths and showed that, oh yeah, Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. So I have total faith in this actor. And I know they also announced they're going to have the actress who plays... I forget the character's name, the girl with the sword, because I've stopped watching Walking Dead. I just could, I just couldn't. I just kind of like, you know what? I'm tired of being depressed. I'm just done with this show. So yeah, the girl, the woman with the sword. That actress has been recently cast as someone, but they haven't announced who. This is going to be a very big movie, Black Panther, and I'm very excited for it in the coming years. But anyway, you guys tell me, what did you guys think? What do you guys think of all this casting stuff? What do you think of Vulture being in Spider-Man? What do you think of Ego being Star-Lord's dad? Just so much right here, guys, so much. Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.